What is going on, people? What is up? You know, I just voted in this Georgia election, and let's see. Let me go ahead and put these on. Yeah, I feel legit now. And I just voted in this Georgia election, and it was, being off, I have looked at certain things because, right now I'm taking time off. I'm just chilling. And I began to think about retirement because so many people right now are losing their ever living mind because they're off. They get to hang out with friends and family, and they get ready to do these things. And it's like this is one of the reasons that I just took the week off and just went with it, because this is a time that so many people can be off. This is a time that so many people can take time off. If you have a certain corporate job, you can take time off. You could do what you need to do, and no one's going to look at you crazy because it's the holidays. But one of the things that I am looking at is, see, that's why we got to rethink retirement. This is why we got to rethink retirement, because I'm doing this from the phone, so it's a little different. Sure thing. I was watching this video today talking about retirement, and it was, the guy was like poo-pooing it and everything. And oh, I don't know. I might do a stimulus video. One of the things with retirement is, like, I I could be retired if I wanted to. I mean, I could crank it down a few notches, and like this whole decision just to take time off. I didn't have to ask anybody. I didn't have to get a no permission slip from someone. I just said, "Hey, we're going to take this time off, and then I'm going to do some strategy stuff." 90% of the world is okay with mediocrity. Pretty much, pretty much. Coastal Designer, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Because essentially, we got to, like, I will admit it's been somewhat of a struggle to, because essentially essentially this is the whole break period. Like, I took somewhat of a break from alternate day fasting, where I'm eating once a day. I've got some nagging little aches and pains from working out, so I'm taking a break from working out for a week or two, and I'm just kind of like getting up whenever. And it's been somewhat of a challenge because, this morning I did some stuff for Savage Finance, even though I'm supposed to be on break. Because here's another big issue. Even though I'm on break, everyone that surrounds me, for the most part, except for a few friends, they got to work. They're not on break. Hey. So, one of the things that we should do to rethink retirement, we should think about controlling our time. This is the thing, because I was retired once before. I retired for like 3 months, and after 3 months, I couldn't take it no more. Just sitting around, having nothing to do. And I had some people who was talking about like, you didn't travel, you didn't do all this other thing. See, here's the thing. When you get control of your time and you do what you want to do, that for many people is retirement. I mean, I'm planning on, depending on what this pandemic does, taking a ski trip in February. I pretty much wake up most days and do exactly what I want to do. That should be the goal, not this pansena of just being off and waking up and doing whatever the mood strikes you. We're talking about retirement, man. I'm getting ready. This is some strategy stuff that I'm gonna do, Dante J, about the holding company, because I realize I need to do a lot of training on what a corporation is versus an LLC, because there are many people who feel that a corporation and an LLC are vastly different when they can be one and the same. So one of the things that I'm getting ready to do is pump up this channel a little bit. I'm getting ready to start bringing back the drone footage, the car videos, because it's been a minute since I've done a car video. Good Lord, she is ridiculously fine. Oh my God. I'm in the parking lot. We voted in the library, right? And um first time I've been in the library 15, 20 years. Because I've had the internet. I've just not had the need. And that got me to thinking of the people. Well, retirement, like, let me talk about my retirement plan. I don't plan on retiring. Let's get that straight. Essentially, I plan on enhancing my retirement, enhancing my, essentially, I got a really good business. It makes me a lot of cash flow per month. And I'm taking some time to restructure this because, you ask about real estate. Real estate can be a really good situation, but in terms of cash flow and profitability, real estate doesn't do anything compared to a business. It doesn't. Let's see. This is why I bought it. Yeah, Alex Becker did a video talking about I'm quitting YouTube. He's done like 4 or 5 videos talking about he's quitting YouTube. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's one of the things. They just do that for attention. Hey, so and I'm gonna be careful about showing those receipts. I got people on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook begging me for money. So we're about to ease up on those receipts. Fearless man, faceless man, that's the ticket. Because you want to get to a point where you get to control your time, because um I'm dating a few women right now, and one of them, she had to work overtime, and another one is doing like a double today. And it just made me appreciate and be really grateful for the life that I have, because nobody gonna tell me you gotta do overtime today. I don't have those kind of issues in my life. I don't have that type of struggle going on in my life. All right. I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm going to revamp some YouTube. I'm going to do it. Because essentially, like, this is the thing. Like, I'm rethinking my real estate plans because, all right, let's say I spend 450,000 for one piece of real estate. And the most that real estate can make is 35 to 4,000, depending on what it is, 35 to 4,000 per month. So essentially, we're looking at that real estate to take close to 10 years for my original investment to come back to me. And I'm looking at that because I have a lot of stuff on the tables. Like right now, I'm not doing any paid advertising. I'm not doing any because it's the holidays, rates are more expensive. But I'm getting ready in January to start with some paid advertising where if I can spend for every $3,000 I spend, I get 30,000 back. For me, that is a better deployment of capital because, like, all right, I got this thing, I got the Porsche, I spent like 200K, and I'll have that back by January 6th or 7th. I'll have that 200K back. And real estate is attractive. It's a long-term store of value, but I'm really rethinking that because if I can spend for every 3,000 I spend, I get 30,000 back. So I'm spending $10,000 a month in ads and I'm getting a return of close to 100K a month. That may be the play. That may be the play because, I started the holding company for real estate. And when I saw the prices, and I was just sitting there like, I'm not buying at these rates because these prices are overinflated. They're beyond current market value. So there may be a big change in that. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. This whole I'm quitting YouTube. Man, I got people begging me for money from Africa, Egypt, uh, Facebook, YouTube. I'm just sitting there like, whoa, 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 whoa. Not going to do that. So I'm going to chill out. Well, like I said, I watched all of the football games. Like the Alabama game got a little scary because that has been my biggest concern is our defense. Because Florida actually had trouble against LSU's defense, and LSU was like 3-4. So I watched all of the games. I kind of had a feeling that Clemson was going to destroy Notre Dame because they've already played each other. So Clemson was able to scheme for what Notre Dame brought to the table. And they made them look like some chumps. So yeah, the corporate toolbox, that's tomorrow, 7 p.m. If only more people realize that freedom wasn't free. Yes. Because, I'm sitting here in the middle of the day, just chit-chatting with y'all, voting, and I get to do what I want to do. And I can do this on a larger scale, but part of the issue is I don't have a partner because essentially I've already done some calculations. For me to have a partner, I'm going to have to fund that partner. What about real estate, buying, building, and storage facility? I think the storage facility industry is crowded. That's a cash cow because typically they would build one and within 3 years, then they would become a cash cow. But I don't know about, I have to do some research. You got to look, all right, for finding your CPA. I cannot make a video for you to find your CPA. You got to go ahead and find business owners. You got to start networking and talk to other business owners to see what their experiences has been. Because see, finding a CPA is like you can go through the yellow pages or you can go on the line and you just go down the list and pick one. That doesn't mean you're going to get anyone. So your best bet is to network with other business owners and ask them about their experiences with their CPA. Welcome back. I mean, y'all, I'm giving y'all the keys to the lock, but you got to put the keys in the lock and turn it. It's in the garage. Prince Diamond, I would put my business up against your Bitcoin every day. How about those apples? Your Bitcoin's up to 2,200. Do you actually even own a whole Bitcoin? I mean, seriously, because all you Bitcoin folks, because the average person who owns Bitcoin doesn't really own enough to make a big difference in their life. So anyone that's like, I got Bitcoin, I got a business. It makes me $200K a month. I put that up against your Bitcoin any day of the week because I already know the numbers. Because, when I was in cryptocurrency and I had Bitcoin, there weren't a lot of folks who were in. So it's not that many folks who got in when you could get your Bitcoin for 80 cents. It ain't that many folks because a lot of folks didn't mess with it. Yeah, I'm not advertising right now. Yeah, I mean, this whole it's a sham because see, once you become a YouTuber, it's kind of hard to quit unless you just burn out, Bunch of Forex trader friend requests. That's crazy. Hey, I'm not even on Reddit. Yeah, because essentially what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to find me a woman, and she can't her life can't be a dumpster fire. And I'm gonna like, look, I need for you to ride with me, so we're gonna take care of your bills and stuff, essentially. But she got to be straight, because essentially, this is one of the things that really sucks about having so much freedom. Because, like I said, I got a few friends who have an equal amount of freedom, but there needs to be more. There needs to be more. Yeah, because essentially, I just look at the cash flow that my business throws off, and I'm not even using paid advertising. Once I start with the paid advertising, that's a game changer. That's a game changer. So you gotta actually talk to someone who's had experience with the CPA. Because essentially, when you just go out and hire a CPA off the riff, they probably will do a competent job handling your taxes. But are you going to get an advisor CPA, or are you going to get an input and output CPA? That's the difference, man. Clubhouse, okay. I had a lot of people hit me up with Clubhouse. I feel that Clubhouse is going to go the way of Meerkat, Periscope, because there's all of this, there's a whole bunch of people in there just talking. I mean, one night I woke up and there was like, I'm woke and just people in there talking, gathering, without purpose and intent. It's going to fall apart because right now you just got a bunch of people in there chatting, right? Chatting. I'm on it. I haven't launched a room. I'm going to try to be instructional. I'm going to try to come at a different angle, but I'm not going to dedicate because I might do one or two rooms a week, but I'm not going to live on that site because it's crazy. Well, one of the things is here's the thing with getting a CPA. First of all, what industry are you in? Because there are certain industries that's going to yield different tax benefits. So it's a very complicated thing. I got my CPA from a friend. Original movie needs to happen. All right. You got your mother led you to your CPA. That's good. Day trading is the way. I'm going to disagree with that, since 90-something% of the people who try to day trade fail. That ain't the way, man. You can start a service business quicker, cheaper, easier, and get more money than day trading. You won a Bitcoin? Congratulations. But Bitcoin made me $50 this month. You gotta do your due diligence, yeah. Because see, one of the things that we're going to do next, good Lord, one of the things we're going to do, I just made $2,800. That you are an exception. Most of the folks who are trying to make day trading don't make that kind of money, dude. I'm like, all you folks like day trade, crypto, forex. The stats are that there are people who are professionally paid to do it, and they fail more than they win. Clubhouse is no good for security reasons. I never even thought about that. Man, I'm gonna ease up on some of these receipts. The strip club is a poor allocation of resources. All right, Steve Jameson, get your freedom. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the organic game versus paid advertising. First of all, we will use the OnlyFans example. I have a following. This is the only reason that I am making so much money without paid advertising. If I just started Savage Finance without a following, I would probably be at 2,000 to 4,000 subscribers. And because essentially I've got an 11-year track record, so I can monetize that track record. So this isn't like a pure, it's a pure organic play, but it's a pure organic play that I built over time. I just didn't get all of the, essentially. So if you're starting out, you're probably going to be better to start with paid traffic, because build organic changes, like, or OnlyFans. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. OnlyFans is great for the girls who already have a huge Instagram account, because they could just go ahead, and this is what's funny. A lot of these chicks are not even getting naked. A lot of these chicks who made all of this money, 100, 200, 300K a month, they just put some extracurricular pictures on OnlyFans, took their audience from Instagram and moved it over to OnlyFans, and they just start printing money. But if you don't have an audience, you don't have a following, next year we're going to get heavy into paid traffic, because see, I don't like to talk about stuff unless I'm doing it or have done it for a long time. Like, it was real easy for me to write the storage auction book. I did it for almost 10 years. So I had a lot of experience. I had a lot of things to say. So next year in the corporate toolbox, we're going to be running a lot of stuff. We're going to be doing Google ads. We're going to be doing LinkedIn ads. I may hire someone to do Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is just it's a bear, man. Facebook ads, pretty much, Yeah, because essentially, if you're on YouTube, you've got to have a specific YouTube strategy. Just posting videos without spending time thinking of your channel design, your channel concept, it's going to be rough, because I give YouTube another 5 to 8 years where you could just be like nobody and blow up. And at that point, I think that's going to go away. What's going to happen is the YouTubers who already have YouTube channels are going to start new YouTube channels, and they're going to start new YouTube channels and grow that way. Oh, Periscope's about to go bye-bye. Hey, I never got into it. Yeah, because like I can potentially see the potential of a clubhouse, but without direction, because right now it's just a free fall and it's free. So any and everybody can get on and start some stuff up. It's kind of funny. Well, um, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what their exit strategy is. Yeah, Kevin, like one of the things that happened, and this is why I started on OnlyFans, is because YouTube is becoming Disneyland. And YouTube, like, if y'all remember the first Disruptive Male channel, I was scandalous with those thumbnails. I mean, I was scandalous. And YouTube didn't do anything, but YouTube keeps changing. And it's to the point where I can put someone on who's fully clothed, but she has a big booty, they're going to take it down. They're going to remove it. So I've got to go with my YouTube strategy, and then I got to do something totally different with my OnlyFans strategy, because I have way more freedom. But yeah, I mean, essentially, if I hadn't been doing this 11 years, there would be no way that I would be making the money that I'm making. No way. Because I talked to my friends who are online course creators, and all of them who are making similar kind of money, they're running paid ads. But they did not start on the YouTube. Facial man, yep. If you're in tech, you need a CPA that understands stock options, RSUs, and events like IPOs and acquisitions. Yeah, because essentially your CPA should be well versed in your industry, because I mean, tax law is a trip. Social media ain't going nowhere. Social media is on and popping. This is one of the reasons that I am working on my Instagram account, because I'm posting on it pretty, at least every other day. That's the 9% of people fail at trading or losing because they think indicators work and they don't work. Like I said, trading, if you're making money from trading, you one of the rare people who's doing that. Ben, when you start asking how much money you made, folks get quiet, especially with crypto. Paying yourself first is the business. Benchmark for attitude money. I mean, essentially, here's the thing. If you have $30,000 cash money in the bank, you're ahead of 90% of the country. 25 to 35 grand gives you so many options, so many things you can do, so many things you can set up. 25, 30 grand. I'm not even talking about 100K. Once you get to $100,000 cash money in the bank, there is like, I need to Google that stat, but I know it's less than 5% of the country. 5% of the country with 100 stack with 10 racks in the bank. Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with LinkedIn and Google. Oh yeah, this is why I bought this thing. They're just selling lingerie pictures. I mean, essentially, here's the thing. If you have a following on social media, you can monetize that. You can monetize that like you wouldn't believe. Any following, anyone that has a following can monetize it if they know what they're doing. And that's one of the big things. Well, Stephen Jamerson, this is one of the reasons. All right. And I talk about this on Disruptive Male. A lot of these chicks don't want to do nothing. They don't want to get naked. They don't want to meet. They just want to get that money without doing nothing, without doing anything. And this is one of the reasons that I wholeheartedly don't recommend for men to become sugar daddies. I don't recommend for men to, it's a cesspool because essentially, Steve Jameson, like you said, they don't want to get naked because they will have to escalate, not necessarily because there's a Chatterbait, which is a site where girls, these cam girls, and they get naked and they virtually, there's one chick that I was researching. She pretty much does the same thing. This chick making 75K a month. So, but she gets naked and she sticks things in places and she does things. And this is one of the big issues is so many of these chicks are lazy. They don't want to do anything. Without following, you're nothing in social media. Pretty much. Happy holidays. TikTok has been paying creators for their views for a minute, but it ain't nothing compared to YouTube because there's a guy who's on YouTube and he compared his YouTube income to his TikTok income. And he says, I make more in a day on YouTube than I do in my whole time on TikTok. So could be. I think they passed the second stimulus package today. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been keeping up. G been paying a 600 to a CPA for microservice business too much. I was hurt when he went up. I went in. Well, it really depends. All right. Like if you do your taxes yourself, and let's say you value your time at $100 an hour, and it takes you 40 hours to do your taxes. It's worth paying someone to do your taxes because you can use your time to make that $100 per hour. So this is how you got to look at it because, like, essentially, for me, with my S corp, and it's going to be about $1,500 to $2,000 for me to get my taxes filed with my CPA. I can make that in an hour. I've had hours where I've made 1,500. I've had days where I've made $20,000, $30,000 in one day. So with that kind of financial firepower, it doesn't make sense for me to sit and research and do all of this stuff, trying to figure out the tax laws as they've changed when I could just pay someone to do it and then take my time and work on my business and keep making money. Nope, I don't own any crypto. Yes, YouTube constantly changes. Yes. What worked in 2015 doesn't work in 2020. And what's working in 2020 ain't going to work in 2022. YouTube is consistently changing. Trading is all about knowing human psychology, but also knowing your own mental framework. Also, because at some point you will make mistakes that cost you you a farm. Yeah, because essentially PayPal is the only thing that's going to work for that course. Yes, I'm ahead of 9% of the country, zero debt, because that's a key thing. That's a key indicator because so many folks are in a ton of debt and they have like limited resources. One stat it found on 100K in savings, approximately 24% ages. 24% of the country has 100K in savings. I would want to quantify that. Is that cash money in the bank or is that in their 401k? Because if that's in their 401k, yeah, I can believe that. But 100K straight up cash in the bank, Ron, I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that. That's just that's I don't believe that. Met a cool dude in his 70s. He had 100K in the bank, 6K coming in every month, and sleeping with 20 somethings. He showed me pictures. Straight up players, sugar babies are desperate. Man, I'll get on that on my disruptive mails because I may do a live stream for disruptive mail. Didn't get the first round, so I'm assuming I'm probably over the threshold for this one too. Oh, absolutely. You didn't get no money the first time. You didn't get no money the second time. I mean, yeah, YouTube is about Disney, pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, one of the things that is happening is you've got the craziness that is going on with YouTube. You've got YouTube becoming Disneyland. You've got YouTube essentially just being super Disneyland, super conservative. I got a lot of concepts, but a lot of people are leaving California because it's hostile, man. A lot of companies. Whoa, wait a minute. Debt scree game. Short change. The averages of what's in savings and checking accounts are heavily screwed for extremely high honors. Yeah, because essentially, my paycheck is just kind of stacking up in my personal account because I really don't spend a lot of money. What's going Erica going off? That's funny. Yep, just check the rest of the article and include it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I'm like cash money in the bank. Because see, like many people have like an antithesis towards cash. Like I need to be putting money in my investments. I need to be investing. I need to do this. And people just don't realize the value of saving cash. People broke out here pretty much, pretty much, pretty much. Yes, the rent-seeking behavior is crazy right now. Man, stuff shutting down this summer had me really saving dumb bread. Was going to South Africa this summer and hiked Table Mountain and got canceled. So it's just sitting here. Also, no eating out. It's cold in my 2020 camera. Yes, cash is very important. We have 170K in the bank. Congratulations. Was planning on buying a house this year. Then my business flow went down. Um, well, with you, highly favorite, I would still go ahead and get the house. I just wouldn't use all that cash. Man, people been selling food stamps. Even when I was a kid, folks were selling food stamps. Yeah, it ain't that many people who actually have 100K in the bank. I mean, essentially, there's some stuff that I'm getting ready to do for the corporate toolbox. Oh, they've been selling food stamps since they've been making food stamps, man. Pretty much, because one of the things that I'm getting off into next year is a lot of corporate lending and stuff and how to set that up. But right now, like, being off and being out, because I've been to the mall, I've done some shopping and I've done some stuff. And right now, you would not know there's a pandemic. These people are out every day because in the area there's a perimeter mall over there, there's gallery every day. Traffic is massive because these folks out and they spending money. They ain't no pandemic right now. They spending money. Pretty much. It's called FU money. FU money. Absolutely. Short change. I do that all the time. I mean, like laying it on the ATM machine so the next person can come by and go, God damn. It's fun, man. But I'll be doing that all of the time. Man, I remember those paper food stamps. Yes, you should feel great because a lot of people don't have no cash, man. Anthony Johnson, you can create your own receipts. See, this is how it works. What you should do is every time you buy something from someone, you should take a picture of it and then you should print up a receipt with the day you bought it and how much you paid for it. You can create your own receipts. So, yeah, don't even worry about that. I mean, I'm like, I, I'm not, I try not to like, normally my MO was to get out during the middle of the week, but it's packed. People are out. They spending money, man. I have no clue. Yeah, because I mean, you could go ahead and buy that house because you understand this is something that I found out recently. You can get an FHA loan with a 580 credit score right now. And FHA loans go up to $380,000. This would explain why there are so many people buying houses right now. Right now, you can get an FHA loan with a 580 credit score and put 3% down. So there's all kinds of stuff. Like right now, there's all kinds of home, like highly favored. If this is your first home, even if you have a lot of money, even if you have high income, there's first time home buyers down payment assistance programs. I would get all over that. I don't know about a daiquiri shop. I don't know anything about that. The malls are like packed. The malls are crazy packed right now. The traffic in South Florida is pretty much back to normal, and the clubs open every night. Folks getting out. Like I said, I'm out here doing early voting, and I mean, it looks like a normal day. I think people are over this corona. Yep. Even the grocery stores are crowded. Um, I mean, this is some crazy stuff that is happening right now. It is some crazy stuff. Man, I have done that so many times because essentially I don't really get cash out the bank a lot. I may go once a month and I get out some cash. It could be like, but I'm here to tell you that if you have a 580 credit score and you have a secure job and your debt to income ratio, that's what's messing people up. Their debt to income ratio, not their credit score. Their debt to income ratio is messing folks up. I know this chick, she makes $95,000 a year, but she owed like 100K on her student loans. She owed like $40,000 on her car. She had some credit. I mean, her debt to income was crazy. Not these malls. Victoria's Secrets has a line. There were some other ones. 3% down payment on FHA and look into the USDA loan with possibility zeros, usually out in the most rural area. Yeah, man. If you want a house, you can get one. If you got like your credit score is not going to hold you back. Your income and your debt to income may hold you back, but that's it. Because I was having a consult with a mortgage guy because he's getting ready to expand his business. And, we started talking about that. And when he told me that, it blew my mind. You can have a funky 580. He said, it ain't credit scores that's messing folks up. He said it's debt to income. They got too much debt. Do you know if you made $150,000 and you had no debt, you had no car payments, you had no credit, you could buy $1 million house because the mortgage on the $1 million house is about $5,000 a month. And if you did not have any other debts, you could buy $1 million house with 150K a year income. Because that right there opened up my eyes. Because I was like, because I'm I'm one of the richer people in my neighborhood, and I've noticed that because when I got that Porsche, because there's a community email, and there were some people who's like, "Hey, a new neighbor got a Porsche. He drives it fast." I was like, "You're paying that much attention to me?" Because I just assumed that everyone was, living like I was living, and that ain't the case. They know the stuff. You also notice that I'm a bachelor too. If y'all could see some of those emails, y'all would be rolling. Maybe the vaccine, but people were going out before they even got to this vaccine. My credit scores are over 800, but I don't qualify with income taxes because of deductions. I'm going to try bank account eligibility. This is one of the things that, I had this consult with this guy. He was doing like 2 million a year, but he was writing off so much stuff. He says, how come I can't get any business loans? And I was like, okay, you got to essentially, you're going to have to take a hit. Like, all right, highly favored, talking to you. You want to buy a house, you're going to have to take a hit for a year or two before you buy that house to show income. And then once you get the house, then you go back to doing what you were doing. But because like I've had several people who were on me about paying myself $360,000 a year income from my company, and I'm gonna pay like $120,000 in taxes. But see, that's fine, because essentially with my S corp situation, I don't have to pay payroll taxes on my other income, and I've got all kinds of stuff that we'll be talking about in the corporate toolbox, about dividends and other kinds of tax strategies, because that 360, I will file taxes on it. If I wanted to buy a house, I can buy a $2 million house based on that income, because essentially the mortgage on a $2 million house is going to be about $10,000 a month. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing it. 580 debt to income is what's messing people up, not the credit score. Yep, FHA loan, you need to put 3% down and cover closing costs. Me and the wife are looking now. I mean, there's some amazing stuff out there. 580 score, 10% down. Hey, USDA loans. Found out one of my friends is 180K in the hole from student loans. Good Lord. That's crazy. I had a realtor tell me over 900 people a week of moving to Florida. I just got completely, I'm doing it. Man, I mean, knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is everything. There's so many things that you can do if you know. Because like I said, I've been such a cash and carry guy that, I don't carry credit card balances. I pay cash for my cars. So I've not been privy to the credit world, but I'm here to tell you, in 2021, the kid about to get a brand new bag, because I discovered some new products Wells Fargo has, and we'll be talking about that in the corporate toolbox. And I'm about to ball out. I'm about to ball out. Well, most people are not business people, Joshua Danrich. They're going to go for creature comforts, safe havens, the lifestyle before they do something business wise. Pretty much. That's what they're going to do. A lot of people. Man. Yeah, that debt to income, that's what's messing people up right now, man. That's what's messing folks up. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that happens with people who get it. They lose their sense of smell and taste. That's that HOA living. Oh man, that is funny. Yep, because the large down payments fix all woes. Like that's a good point, Rod, for real estate. Because like highly favored, if you got 170K in the bank and you wanted to put down like 50K for a house, yeah, that should get you in. Highly favored, or you could just put down a lot of money. Wayman Brown, doesn't it feel good to say that? Doesn't it feel good to say I have zero debt? Doesn't it feel good? It is funny. All right, all right. Jabraz says a former mortgage broker, student loans and car payments killed DTI and most. This is what the guy was doing the consult. He was saying, he's like, man, student loans, car payments, credit cards, child support. Child support can mess you up on getting the mortgage if you get in arrears and that gets on your credit report. I mean, it's crazy, you know. But one of the things, like around here, it gets dark at like 6 p.m. You know, one of the things that you got to understand and acknowledge and know is because like next year we're getting into a whole bunch of stuff with the corporate toolbox. We're getting into a whole bunch of stuff, and you know, because essentially, you know, for me, I don't really need like weeks of rest. Like I took off. What day did I do that? I was taking off. Was it Thursday or Friday? So Friday, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything Saturday. I didn't do anything Sunday. I'm good. You know, I don't need a whole like, you know, I needed a mental break from doing all of the YouTube stuff. You know, you can have a very high credit score with minimum debt. You know, the best amount of credit the per utilization to have on your credit cards is 2%. 1 to 2% will keep your credit score very high. All right, you waiting for the Tessie. Jabraz, absolutely, Glendon, that a client with delinquent child. So, I mean, one of the things that is happening is like this is why I do so many things for dudes, and I talk about, you know, how you should deal with the child support issues. I even have a course on it because this can mess you up for 2 decades. Child support can mess you up for 2 decades. Um, Child support of federal liens. You know, if you ain't pay your taxes, that's going to mess you up on getting the house because I think that's going to be like the death blow because no one's going to mess with you when you owe Uncle Sam money. Well, I mean, you know, do what you want to do, man. Do what you got to do because essentially 2020, 2021, right now we're in the beginning stages of the great reset. And we're going to have a whole bunch of shifting, people moving from different social classes and stuff. And you know, if you got to do what you got to do, if you want to float that, float it. What's your opinion on affiliate marketing? My same opinion on OnlyFans, Twitter, if you don't have a following, you're going to struggle with affiliate marketing. I mean, if you want to be a mobile notary, go ahead and do it. I don't have an opinion one way of another, because essentially being a notary is you're a service business. You're a service business. So with service businesses, you can make money hand over fist. Yep, child support messed me up. I raised my tax exemptions and my bills for 2 decades, and the IRS lowered the boom, and I had to pay back G's, and that's when yeah, man. I mean, child support ain't nothing to play around with. All right, I'm about to go grab me something to eat. I think I'm gonna get me some pancakes. So for those of you who want a great experience in 2021, we're gonna go hard in the corporate toolbox. I will probably be popping up here with some live streams, but pretty much my assistant is off. If you're calling the number, there's no one to answer. So we will get back like after Christmas, and then Christmas is still going to be count, because then we got New Year's. But 2021, we're going to go hard. I'm going to start paid advertising. I got to put together that, because tomorrow we're doing a live train in the corporate toolbox. I know it did, man. I know it did. I have a 29-year-old friend who has $70K in student loan debt and 400. Her DTI is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, so the link's below for you guys to get in the corporate toolbox. I will see y'all guys in the next one. About to go get me something to eat. Y'all have a good one.